Imagine the chaos, the noise. Your mind feels like it's stuck in an endless storm. Every thought, every feeling, every doubt screams at you. You feel like you're drowning in voices of people around you, voices of expectations, voices of fear and doubt. And here you are, trying to rise above it all. But nah, the world wants you to stay down. Yeah, they're laughing, pointing, thinking they know you. They think they've got it all figured out. But listen here. In the silence, you will find the answers that the noise could never give you. Isn't it true? We're always running away from silence, running away from ourselves. We're living in a world that's loud, always moving, always shouting, always demanding. And every second, they're feeding you what they think you should be. You scroll, you listen, you watch. And every single second, a piece of you. Yeah, that's right. Little by little, they drown you out. They tell you who you are, who you should be, and who you will never become. But look closer. What's really happening? You're losing the one voice that's true. The one voice that's powerful. The voice within you. Nah, I'm not talking about that voice that doubts you or the voice that's scared. No, I'm talking about the voice of silence. Your silence. The only voice that really knows you. Only in quiet waters do things mirror themselves undistorted. Think about it. We spend our lives listening to everything outside of us. The noise, the chaos. But we never listen to ourselves, do we? We don't sit in the quiet because deep down we're terrified of what we might find. We think silence is emptiness, but it's not. It's clarity. It's strength. It's power. Let's get real for a second. In this mad world, everyone's running. Everyone's shouting. Everyone's reaching for something. Like they're scared they're going to disappear if they stop. They've got their big voices, their loud lives. But they've lost themselves. The truth is, in silence you see who you really are. But silence scares people. Silence is a mirror. It shows you all the things you're running from. It doesn't hide. It doesn't lie. And that's why people are terrified of it. They fill the silence with empty talk, pointless noise. Because they can't face what's there. But you're different. You see the power in silence. You know it's the only voice you need. When you find peace within yourself, you become the kind of person who can live at peace with others. So what do? How do you find that voice? First, you cut the noise. Nah, it's not easy. That phone, those notifications, that endless feed of look at me, look at me. Throw it aside, you've got to shut it down. Don't let the world dictate your worth. That's your job. Disconnect from the noise. When you do that, you start to realize what's real and what's just background clutter. Second, you sit with yourself. I know it sounds scary, right? But let me tell you, the silence, it's not empty. Not even close, it's full. It's alive. But you've got to be brave enough to sit there to listen. Because when you do, it speaks. And what it tells you will be truer than anything anyone's ever said. There is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. And as you listen, as you sit in that silence, you'll start to understand things you never did before. You'll see your fears, your insecurities, and guess what? They don't own you. They're just echoes. Old, tired echoes that don't stand a chance against the power of your silence. Silence becomes your strength. It's where you find your courage. It's where you build your foundation. Solid, unshakable. When the world is loud, your silence becomes your weapon. Think of it like this. Everyone's out there screaming to be seen, but you're calm, you're steady, you're silent. And in that silence, you're powerful beyond measure. People will look at you and wonder. They'll be curious, maybe even intimidated. They'll see something in you that they don't see in others. Why? Because you're not out there searching for validation. You don't need it. You've got your silence. And that's all you need. Now, I'm not saying you stay silent forever. Nah, when the time is right, you'll speak. But your words, they'll carry weight. They'll hit like thunder. Because they come from a place of power. A place of clarity. They won't be empty words. They'll mean something. Silence teaches you that. Silence is a source of great strength. The world, it wants you distracted, lost in its noise. But when you embrace silence, you're untouchable. You're free from the need to prove, to impress, to seek approval. You become a force. The quiet, calm, unbreakable force that nothing can shake. You'll know who you are. You'll stand tall in the world. It'll take notice. Silence is your fortress, your anchor. When life gets rough, and trust me, it will, when it knocks you down, the silence will bring you back. It will ground you, remind you of who you are. So when the storms hit, you're not swept away. You stand firm, silent. Let silence take you to the core of life. So yeah, laugh if you want. Let them think silence is weakness. Let them think you're empty. They don't know. They don't see the fire within the calm. They don't see the strength in the stillness, but you know, and that's all that matters. In the end, you'll realize the only voice you ever needed was the one in the silence. Because that voice, it's true. It's raw. It's unbreakable. And it's yours. So hold on to it. Nurture it. Protect it. Let the world scream all at once. Let it judge, let it misunderstand. Because in your silence you find yourself. And in finding yourself you find everything.